It's the Lakes area's most wanted. We are cleaning up the criminals in our area and need your help. Have you seen any of these people?
Larry Dwayne Merrill, age 29. He's 6 feet 4 inches tall, 198 pounds, with hazel eyes and brown hair. He's wanted for felony receiving stolen property. Lyman William Lowry, age 26. He's 6 feet tall, 150 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. He's wanted for felony assault, throwing bodily fluids, and misdemeanor disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct. Janice Cruz Lopez, age 31. She's 5 feet 4 inches tall, 150 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. She has 2 warrants for felony theft. Zachary Daniel Handbooth, age 20. He's 5 feet 7 inches tall, 155 pounds, with blue eyes and blonde hair. He's wanted for felony burglary, felony drug possession, and felony sale of controlled substance. Shannon Diane Goodman, age 20. She's 5 feet 3 inches tall, 115 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. She has 2 warrants for misdemeanor underage liquor consumption. Timothy Shane Rue, age 36. He's 6 feet 2 inches tall, 200 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. He's wanted for felony theft by issue of worthless checks. Joseph D. Schultz, age 26. He's 6 feet 1 inches tall, 265 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. He has 3 warrants for gross misdemeanor violating a harassment restraining order. Ben Stone, age 30. He's 5 feet 11 inches tall, 150 pounds, with hazel eyes and brown hair. He's wanted for felony receiving stolen property and driving after a canceled license. Kevin Robert Anderson, age 46. He's a white male, 6 feet 1 inch tall, 250 pounds, with blue eyes and brown hair. He's wanted for misdemeanor disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct.
The Lakes area's most wanted. We're cleaning up the streets. Remember, if you see any of these people, do not approach them. Call your local law enforcement office. And now, a word from our area law enforcement.
Time for a little winter update as far as the Detroit Lakes Police Department is concerned. In Detroit Lakes, we have a couple of ordinances that aren't widely publicized, that you don't necessarily know about unless you've lived here most of your life or had contact with a police officer. I want to just remind folks today about 2 or 3 things in particular that we will begin to see now that we're into the winter months. First of all, in Detroit Lakes, we have a city ordinance that only allows you to park on a city street for 48 hours at a time without moving your vehicle. This 48-hour rule is enacted for a couple of different reasons. Number one, it facilitates the removal of snow in the winter at the end of a snowstorm. And number two, in the summer, it aids in keeping the streets clean by allowing the street sweepers access to all portions of the street. So if you do have a motor vehicle and you live in Detroit Lakes this winter, make sure and move that vehicle every 48 hours so that it doesn't get ticketed and towed. And if possible, park it off street when we have a pending snow event. This really helps out the street department in that they don't have to make several passes through the city on each street just to get all the snow removed. If they can do it in one pass, it saves them considerable expense in staff hours and in fuel. The second thing is that the city of Detroit Lakes has a fairly liberal snowmobiling ordinance. And it does allow for the operation of snowmobiles any place in the city of Detroit Lakes and on the streets, as long as you're obeying the applicable rules, such as the speed limit, stopping at stop signs, using hand signals, having headlights and tail lights that work on your snowmobile. There are a few places that you cannot operate snowmobiles, and they generate the vast majority of our complaints. Number one is you cannot operate a snowmobile on private property without the property owner's permission. Number 2, you cannot operate in city parks or on school district grounds unless you're on a designated trail. So I just remind everybody that we do have a designated trail system through Detroit Lakes. Go ahead and use that to access the trail systems in the rural part of the county, and perhaps we'll be fortunate enough to keep this liberal ordinance. A lot of cities require that owners trailer their snowmobiles to a trail site before they can ride. We work hard at keeping this ordinance in place because snowmobiling is an important tourist attraction for Detroit Lakes and a large part of our economy. So we really need everybody's cooperation to especially stay off of private property and be respectful. And last but not least, last year the City Council of Detroit Lakes enacted an ordinance that requires property owners to shovel the sidewalks in front of their property. And you have to have this done within 24 hours of the end of a snowfall if you're in a commercial district, and it's 72 hours if you're in a residential district. So if you own a home that has a public sidewalk in front of it, it is your responsibility to keep that sidewalk clear of snow and ice. And if you don't do it, the city does have the authority to cause the removal of the snow and ice and to levy those costs associated with that task against your property. So we ask that everybody that has parking or sidewalk in front of their residence to make sure and get it cleared off promptly at the conclusion of a snowfall, so that our city workers that read meters, our postmen, folks that rely on those sidewalks to do their work and to get back and forth from uptown have access to good, clean, safe sidewalks.
Thank you for watching the Lakes Area's Most Wanted.